Hi, my name is Amanda Stanek. I'm going to be showing you how to use ClassDojo today. I'm sure many of you already used it before or know about it, but if you don't, I'm going to go into detail about how it's used and as well as some ways to engage students with it and some ethical concerns I might have about it. So the first thing you're going to do is go to ClassDojo.com. It'll bring you to this page where you can sign up. So it'll give you the option to sign up as a teacher, a parent, a student, or a school leader. So since most of you are teachers, I'm going to click on the teacher icon. It'll bring up this page that'll let you create your teacher account. So you put in your information, and I would encourage you to put in your school related email, because if you do that, it'll connect you to other teachers in your building. So that you're able to share school information and things on your accounts, which is really, really nice. So since I already have an account and you have to enter a valid email, I won't be able to show you exactly what that would look like, but I'll give you a great idea of what it would look like. So I'm going to go to the top right and click Login, and then I'll click on my teacher icon. I'll enter my email. And then for privacy purposes, I created a fake class because I didn't want my students' names to be posted on the internet. And then I'll show you, once this dashboard comes up, if you have multiple classes because you're a high school or middle school teacher, you can add multiple classes on your dashboard. So all you have to do is come over here to New Class. You put in the class name, the grade, and how you want to share points, and then you create your class. Over to the right here is my little dashboard. I can click on my school, and then that way I can see my school-wide stories or things other teachers are posting, which is great. It also gives you popular teacher resources over here. So I'm going to click on my fake class. First thing that you do when you click on your class is your class's avatars and names will come up here, as well as their behavior points. So my students have no points right now because this is a pretend class. But if you wanted to give points to your students, you can click on their avatar, and it'll come up with different positive points you can give them and why you want to give it to them, like helping others, being on task, participating. If you don't like any of the pre-made options, you can click on Edit Skills, Add Skill, and then add your own. And you can choose the point weight from 0 to 5. One ethical issue I have with this is that there is a needs work section where you can take points away from your students. I feel like that's a little bit unethical because I think taking away points that your students already earned will kind of bring them down. So I tend to focus on the positive points, but that's definitely teacher preference. Along with that, you can come up to the top left and engage your students really well by using this Portfolios tab. The Portfolios tab allows you to assign classwork directly to your students for them to work on. So I'm going to click on Create Activity. You can put in your activity name, your activity instructions, and the format you want it in, like text entry, video recording, photo, drawing, and your students can complete the assignment, turn it into you for approval, and then it'll be posted in their portfolio for you to see, for them to see, and for their parents to see. So that's a great way to engage your students. That can be used for all grade levels. I tend not to use it in kindergarten too often, but it would really be great for older students. One of my favorite features of ClassDojo is up here on the top left, Class Story. This is kind of like Twitter or Facebook. You can post what's happening in your classroom along with a photo or a file. So I put like a fake photo here in a caption, having so much fun in kindergarten. And your parents can like and comment on it, which is really, really great. I use this a lot to show what's going on in the class. The parents love to see pictures of their kids at school, so it's really a win-win. Another feature that I use all day, every day, is the messaging tool. So you can click on a student's name and send their parent a message. My parents really like this because it's way easier than an email or a phone call, because once you send the message, it alerts their phone and they can open it just like a text. So since I have no one connected on here, I'm going to click Invite Parent. You can invite a parent by typing in their email or their phone number, But the way I do it usually is invite parents and I download parent invites. When you download those invites, it'll give the parents step-by-step instructions and a code for how to get onto ClassDojo for their child. So I always send that paper home on the first day of school, and most of my parents sign up that way, which is great. So I'm going to go back to Classroom so you can see my dashboard. So I'm going to come down here to the bottom with all of these fun different tools they have to offer. You can take attendance on this app, which is awesome in case your school doesn't have a way to take attendance that's very efficient. You can also select multiple students to give points to at once, which is great if you want to give a whole class point. And this is a tool I use a lot, random. When I want a student to come up and help me with something, I can click on random. It'll choose a student for me, and then it will allow me to give them a point for participating or for helping me, which is great. And then another tool I use a lot is the timer. It has a stopwatch and a countdown. I use that a lot to show students how much time they have left to work or how long they have to clean up. It works really great. And then probably one of my favorite things on the site and on the app is the big ideas section. ClassDojo is big on behavior management and teaching social emotional skills. So there's really, really great little lessons on here, like growth mindset, perseverance, empathy. And when you click on them, there's little videos in there, and my students love them because they look for their little avatars in all of the videos, and so it really keeps their attention. But there's some great, great resources on there. Up over here in the top right, you can click on options and view reports. So once you start giving your students points, you can look at their little ring. On the ring, it'll come up green for positive points you've given and red for negative points you've given. So this is really great if you want to save these and print them off to put into behavior reports to keep track of your students' progress. And you can do this by week, by day, by month. So that's really awesome. I use that tool a lot. One other ethical concern I have about this site is that it posts all of your students' avatar names and their points up on the screen for every student in the class to see. I think that kind of makes kids feel insecure when they have lower points than someone else in the class. So to avoid that, when I use the tool, I just show my students one-on-one what they have instead of projecting the whole screen on the board. So that's definitely an ethical concern, but it can totally be avoided. So ClassDojo is just a really great app that really connects students, teachers, parents together with what's going on in the classroom. It allows students to engage in their own behavior tracking and also lets them take ownership in their work. It's great for teachers because they can post important information. It helps them with behavior management. And it's just a great way to communicate with school and parents. I just want to show you one more quick thing here. When I go back on the top left arrow, if I click on my school, I can see my school story. So a lot of times my school will post like the newsletter on it or important events coming up, and everyone that's connected to the school can see that, which is really awesome. So that's about it with ClassDojo. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you find some use for this in your classroom. Thank you.